The MMA world continues to discuss Topuria's defeat to Gaethje, but much of the attention has shifted beyond the result itself. In the aftermath of the fight, the images and reports showing the physical damage Topuria sustained quickly became a major talking point, fueling widespread discussion about the intensity of the contest and the recovery process that now lies ahead.
He might never be the same fighter. He's undefeated. He got beaten badly. He pushed Justin Gaethje. He let his emotions get in the way a little bit. However, when you lose a fight like that, you know, you've been beaten. Like Prince Naseem Hamed. I mean, he was destroying everyone and he lost one fight. And he was never the same again, right?
Yeah.
Now you know you can be beaten. There's that doubt in there. Who knows? Maybe he comes back and he's a better version of himself. Yeah. But we don't know until that happens.
I think Ilia's going to come back better than ever. He's young still. He was going through some personal stuff. I think he's going to come back. I mean, Justin fucking humbled him for sure.
Yeah. I also think, though, like, he's human now. So anyone who fights him now, they're like, they know that's in him, that they know it's a possibility. And a big thing, even with you and like Ilia and these guys, before the losses, they were almost scared in there. Like, there's this weird aura, like this scary aura, like he's going to everyone up. Now that it got exposed a little bit, I think he's not going to come back as just dominating.
Instead, the focus has largely shifted to Topuria's condition after the fight. Images showing the damage to his face spread rapidly across social media, prompting widespread discussion about the severity of the injuries and how long his recovery could take. For many fans, this was not viewed as just another defeat. The visible aftermath highlighted the physical toll of the contest and raised important questions about Topuria's health, rehabilitation, and the timeline for his eventual return to competition.
A great athlete loses. GSP lost. I've lost. I've got knocked out. Only person who hasn't lost, actually he has lost. John Jones has also lost. All the greats have lost, ladies and gentlemen. We've all lost, and that doesn't say that Ilia Topuria can't come back and be even greater. Ilia Topuria is 29 years old. He's made a ton of money. But, you know, if you have Ilia Topuria versus Rufi, that would be a fucking sick fight. If you have Ilia Topuria versus Arman Tsarukyan, that would be a sick fight too. He's going to have to deal with Arman Tsarukyan's athleticism, his wrestling, just his will to move around and just be dynamic as an athlete. Can Arman withstand Ilia Topuria's power if you get him out? Now, next time Ilia Topuria fights, if it isn't a title fight, it's going to be 3 rounds. So Ilia Topuria has less rounds to work with. If it's a title fight, so he's got 5 rounds, it changes the strategy.
That rematch, I am going to finish BSD and I want that rematch with Justin Gaethje for the undisputed title. I told you, didn't I? It was fate. Justin Gaethje, man, that's off to you. You deserve it for the fucking heavy career you've had. You absolutely deserve it, lad. Everyone gave me shit for getting beat by him. What now? What now, lad? Thought he was finished, thought he was 38, thought he was over the hill, and then he just beat you. Greatest fighter of all time, Ilia Topuria. You fucking gang of gobshite. I went 5 with him. I took every fucking shot that he threw at me and kept walking forward. This little bitch is just...
The aftermath gave many observers the impression that this was the kind of fight that could leave a lasting impact. As the swelling around Topuria's eye became more apparent and discussions about a lengthy recovery period intensified, attention quickly turned toward the long-term implications for his career. The MMA community began debating not only when he might return, but also what this setback could mean for his future. While defeats are part of every fighter's journey, some losses become defining moments. For Topuria, many now wonder whether the toughest night of his career could eventually serve as the catalyst for an even greater comeback.
Did it show on the broadcast Ilia like fainting when they were leaving or not?
Yeah, he was like resting on his brother's arms on the way out, like nearly collapsing into him quite badly. Dude, he's got a broken orbital, broken cheekbone.
I think that he's gonna...
You think Paddy's gonna beat Justin Gaethje?
Easy.
Wow. Really easy?
Yeah, easy.
Really easy?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say.
This night in the history of MMA, by far.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's ever going to top this until something does.
I don't think anything's ever going to top this, man. This was...
And when we think about Ilia Topuria,
who was ubiquitously regarded with Islam Makhachev as 1 or 1A in terms of the pound-for-pound kings. Going to be fascinating to watch this mixed martial arts athlete rebuild, because that was a destructive loss for him and his legacy.
Yeah, and who knows what kind of damage he took, because we could be looking at broken orbital bones.
Orbital looks, the way he swole up.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor. Right. I know we like to play doctor at times. We sometimes be saying diagnosis, but his eye, the way it was so black and blue.
Across the MMA world, reactions have followed several familiar themes. Many analysts have praised Gaethje's performance, noting how he consistently disrupted Topuria's rhythm and gradually pulled the fight into the kind of grueling battle that has become his trademark. Others have focused on Topuria's strategy, arguing that continuously pressuring a veteran with Gaethje's power and experience inevitably created opportunities that became more costly as the fight progressed. Another major topic has been the recovery process itself. Veteran fighters frequently point out that significant facial injuries affect far more than appearance. Training schedules often need to be adjusted, sparring may be postponed, and regaining timing, confidence, and comfort in exchanges can take longer than physical healing alone. For that reason, many observers believe the challenge of recovery could prove nearly as demanding as the fight itself, highlighting just how unpredictable a fighter's path back to competition can be.
You feel like he quit? Of course he did. They should stop him on the third round because his eye was closed and he couldn't see, but he wanted to fight because he's a warrior, you know. But like round number 4, his brother said, no, that's enough. That's the right decision, you know, because when you have a one eye, it's so difficult to fight.
I was a little bit surprised. Also, I know that Gaethje is a hell of a fighter. If I were him, what else does he want to accomplish? He did it all.
What do you think is next for Ilia?
Ilia is an unbelievable fighter. It's sometimes just not your night. If he fights again, we will probably regain the title. He put too much energy, tried to finish Justin, and when he didn't get it,
I think that really screwed him up. He was expecting to go in there and do what he normally does, knock guys out.
Some of these small guys, they're delusional. They have false confidence because they're hiding behind a weight class.
Were you surprised that Topuria ended up losing?
Topuria, in my eyes, was the best UFC fighter right now, but Topuria makes the mistake of he trains a little too hard. I knew if Gaethje could withstand the storm, he had unorthodox things that he was doing. Gaethje would dip and then grab that uppercut and hit him with the uppercut because, I mean, he's been in those types of fights.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice. You know for a fact, you do not ever as a fighter say, I cannot see. He wanted out. Before this, he was a guy that you couldn't get through.
Do you think Ilia's going to try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one. His next challenge can't be me. He needs to fight Patty.
I wonder if he'll still have those celebration dinners the night before.
There's no way.
When you're thinking about competing, who do you think it will be? You think it'll be Arman?
The uncertainty surrounding Topuria's future is one reason his recovery has become such a major topic of discussion. MMA history is filled with examples of fighters who return from difficult defeats stronger and more complete than before, using adversity as motivation to evolve. However, there are also cases where the effects of a punishing loss proved difficult to overcome, both physically and mentally. That is why so many fans are paying close attention to Topuria's rehabilitation. Another key question is the timeline for his return. Recovery varies from fighter to fighter, making it impossible to predict exactly when he will be ready to compete again. In the meantime, the lightweight division continues to move forward. New contenders are emerging, title discussions are evolving, and opportunities are being created while Topuria focuses on regaining his health. As a result, one of the biggest debates now centers on what should happen when he eventually returns, with many fans already advocating for a rematch against Gaethje.
Ilia quit on his stool, almost took Justin out in the second round. It looked like he had really tried to finish Justin, and then Justin started landing bombs in the third round. Ilia had slowed down quite a bit. Justin had him down with his two hands and just smashed a knee into his rib cage. You could see him go like that, and that was the end of the round. The end of the fourth round, Ilia quit on his stool. Both of his eyes were swollen shut. His nose was up. He'd taken so many punches to the face. That was the greatest fight of all time. What about that 1 minute between the rounds? If Ilia had to come out with that 1 minute when they were looking at him and he said he couldn't see, Justin might have stopped him right then. Ilia had a full minute to completely recover that he should have gotten. Inexperienced doctor.
They overruled doctor who may not have been as experienced in this.
Mark said it was an inexperienced doctor. You gotta let them fight.
Gotta let them fight.
If they want to fight, you got.
Opinions remain divided on what Topuria's next move should be once he is healthy. Some fans believe an immediate rematch with Gaethje is the obvious choice because of how dramatic and competitive the first fight became. Others argue that taking a different matchup first would be the wiser approach, giving Topuria an opportunity to regain momentum before stepping back into another demanding battle. Names such as Paddy Pimblett are frequently mentioned in those discussions due to the potential competitive and commercial appeal of the matchup. What stands out most, however, is that very few people are questioning Topuria's toughness or his place among the elite fighters in the division. Instead, the conversation has focused on the immense challenge of spending 25 minutes in the cage with a fighter like Gaethje and the physical toll that experience can leave behind. For many fans, this setback does not define Topuria's future. It simply represents the greatest obstacle he has faced so far. Ultimately, the story has become one of recovery, resilience, and redemption.